What's up, guys? Henderson here with another video for you. Today we're going to take a look at the test server patch notes, but before we do that, I want to thank the supporters of this channel. You guys help keep these videos going, so thank you so much for the support. If you want to help out, you can do so by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, liking or disliking this video, and hitting that bell icon. Bell is good, so please ding the bell to get notified when I upload my next video. Now, test server this week is a little less exciting than last week. We have a new Hadum zone, the Swamp Naga. As we know, last week we got the Swamp Fogans. They said it's still in development. Pretty much the same thing here. Swamp Naga is still having that issue of the fact that just so many mobs are spawning in different spots. There seems to be some sort of trigger in different areas around the zone that just there's no limit to how many mobs you can spawn. There's also the fact that they have this idea that the Nagas and the Fogans are constantly at war, so there are not just Nagas spawning but also Fogans spawning, so it's all over the place, so many mobs. I just don't see how it's going to be feasible for a normal person to be able to grind. They do drop some decent loot. I've noticed that the elites or the bigger mobs now drop magical blackstones, which is a first for a mob. Usually that's a world boss drops. The fact that they're actually putting it with I guess an elite level mob, that's interesting. The trash loot is worth 16.1k. That's really good. The ancient spirit powder seems to drop pretty well. Caphras as well as blackstones. That's pretty much it. All we know is that they're looking into ways of introducing more Hadum zones, but they're not satisfied with the way it works right now. So I don't really think we're going to be seeing this anytime soon. Apart from the Hadum zone, we have the Chaos Rift. I guess they're going to change the name, or translation will be a little bit different. But basically these things are rifts that spawn at random locations while you're grinding, and mobs will spew out. You have to defeat them, and they have a higher chance of them dropping ancient spirit powder instead of trash loot. They do suggest to do this in a party, so I don't know how that would work. The notes also say that it's Arsha only, but I'm not entirely sure if they actually mean Arsha servers on live servers only. But again, having to group up for these sort of event spawns, it would be a little bit difficult unless you already have a partner grinding near you. And finally, the last piece of content we got on test server today is Ibedor's spell scroll. Again, translation will be a little bit different, but it's essentially a scroll item, a relic item that drops from Odalita mobs. So Thornwood, Tunkuda, Olin Valley, those are the places that you can get it. As far as I know, I don't know. I imagine it's going to be able to be sold on the market, since every other scroll is able to for the most part. But this does not give you memory fragments. It instead gives you ancient spirit powder and Caphras, kind of like the voodoo scrolls. The rare drop, the voodoo scroll, had the Narc. This one has Spectre's energy and the flames for the Fallen God armor, so that's really good. If you're having trouble grinding in Tunkuda, it's an alternative to that. Really interesting. I like that they're adding a little bit more to the spots in Odalita. There's also a weekly quest, a Drigan kill quest for 150 ancient spirit powder. You can do that once a week, and the options you have are for killing 10,000 Shira mobs, 10,000 Cocktooms, 7,000 Sherikons during the day, or 200 Sherikons during the night. Another quest to try and get more Caphras into circulation, I guess, because Caphras is such an issue for Korea and NA and other regions. The developers, I guess, trying to make it easier for those non-life skillers to get Caphras. There's also, weirdly, they've added new titles, which, I mean, I love titles, so more titles is welcome. New titles for Star's End, Gyfen Rasia, Miramuk, Thornwood, Tunkuda, Olin Valley, Resting Crypt, Paddocks Island, Abandoned Monastery, Betrayer's Cemetery, Sakraya Abyssal, and Ash Forest. So if you've grinded here before, or if you've never grinded here because you don't really care, kind of a reason to grind just to get the titles done. And that's pretty much it for this patch notes, guys. Not a lot to really look forward to. I think we'll get the weekly quests in probably 2 weeks. You know, Korea will get usually all of these things next week. I don't know about the Hadum zone. Again, they're really still trying to revamp that. The Ibedor spell scroll should be hitting Korea, so for us in 2 weeks. And of course, the title stuff is pretty simple to do, so we should be seeing that as well. As always, guys, let me know what you think about the new Hadum zones and that new Ibedor spell scroll in Odalita. Do you think it's going to be good? Let me know in the comments. And as always, guys, thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.